Hello everyone, my name is Garrett O'Gamber, and welcome back to Kings and Heroes. It has actually been quite a long time since I've actually recorded this game. As is the usual story, I've been recording a lot in lump sums, and a lot of new stuff has happened, including they've added mobs to the overworld. As much as I've been unable to get this to successfully work, because every time I go outside, wow, smooth 60 FPS when leaving the town, that's pretty good. And it just dropped down. But it was 60 FPS for a moment there, and I felt like a god. I've been trying to get this to work for a long time. The game is still poorly optimized. I mean, let alone by the pop-in that you're seeing with the grass and everything, and I've got all the settings turned up. At least they should be turned up unless they add new sliders, in which case I would strongly say they should do that. Doesn't appear they have new sliders. Ooh, window full screen. Okay, well, it's now on full screen. I had to fix that. I had to actually turn off Fraps to do that, because again, Fraps and Unreal don't really work well together. Fraps actually doesn't work well with many games, because it's literally using a one-for-one interpretation of what your computer sees. I'm getting a solid 50 FPS, though, in this field of flowers here. Just drops down to 49 on occasion. That's weird. Better than it used to be. Again, I have the music turned off. Copyright, I don't know. I don't care. Game. Yeah, all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Controls. Okay. Well, we've got everything we need. Unfortunately, the pop-in is unreal. Haha. And the lighting is still something to be desired. And I think that, again, is part of my drivers and has nothing to do with the actual game. So don't take this at face value here. It is actually very early in the morning, and I should be asleep, but I had a bit of a headache. I had to take some medicine for that, and I'm awake because of said medicine. So I'm otherwise doing okay. And I wanted to hop back in this because there's a lot of new stuff they added, and I want to be able to see it. I wonder if this guy actually does anything now. Or is he just there for the sake of being there? I also heard there's a few oh, that's a bug. There's a few bugs going on, and my gold is not a part of that, thank God. They said that people would be missing gold upon login, but you're not actually missing gold. And still, this guy with a very freaky hairdo does not have anything for us, which is, I wouldn't say unfortunate, because I really don't want to be anywhere near him. Swimming in this area alone is still a problem. And you still don't breathe water because we're aqua people. So there's a lot that this game needs to fix. And I did receive some direct communication with some of the developers from a topic I posted a while back talking about how the world would eat me. And that might actually happen here. And if it happens, I'm going to be really pissed off because I need to get some pelts from some wild werewolves. And I've been unable to go anywhere because every time I go far out, I sink into the world. I don't know what causes it. Really, I have no idea. Now, I understand a lot of people are going to make the argument, oh, early access is early access, and you can't really use that argument. I mean, alpha game is alpha is an argument, and I do agree with that argument, because there's a reason why a game is called an alpha game, because it's not ready. This game is supposed to be functioning, and it's not. I mean, let alone the graphics options here. It's not showing all the grass when it should be. The pop-in is enough to make me say, what the fuck, it's been several weeks, it's been a month. You need to get this done. But even the menus, like this map, I don't know if this is supposed to be transparent. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It doesn't even function properly. I press M for a reliable source of a map, and I have to squint to see what the hell I'm doing. There's a lot of things I could argue about, and I try not to, because the game is fun. It's just nowhere near complete. And I hate saying that after a while, because this does not have the hallmarks of a game that is an early access. I'm sorry, it doesn't. This game is relatively complete. You need to post this as an alpha project, not as early access. And I'm going to continue to beat that to death with a stick. But it doesn't matter. I'm one person, I have one voice, and obviously, you know, the creators of the game have a very different opinion about what's happening with their game than I am. I love this game. I criticize the crap out of it because I love it. I want to see it succeed. I've made the same complaints about, like, Morrowind in the past, and that game's been done with for a very long time. Bethesda never finishes their games. They never do. So there's stuff that needs room for improvement. Even in Skyrim, there's stuff they never fixed. And it's a real shame. But it's up for them to actually get it ready. And if they never do... Look, I've been traveling now for, what, a couple minutes? And there's no enemies. There's no enemies. They added mobs back into the world, and I've yet to find anything. I've literally found a total of 2 bears in the starting area since they added mobs in, and that was several weeks ago from this recording now. I don't know why I haven't found anything. The game developers, when they did contact me, they did say that they were going to be overhauling the world. And the way they phrased it, I should say, was that they're going to do a complete makeover. And what I believe they meant by that was this world is a placeholder. Which, again, is the hallmark of an alpha game, in my opinion. If that's the case, I'm actually for that move. I want them to get rid of this world and start with something a bit better. This world is not stable. They were talking to me about how I was able to fall under the world. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's not supposed to happen in this game. You shouldn't be just roaming these woods, and that could happen at any moment now. Just be like, hey, look, a tree, a mountain, and then suddenly, and you're sucked under the ground, and you start falling for an eternity, with the risk of losing your character forever. That's happened to people, and I would not want to lose my highest character, my main character, over something as stupid as a glitch that should never have any place in this game. I still have not found anything in the game that would suggest enemies in the wild. And they did add them in. I mean, the game is just incredibly barren. But I am excited if they decide to change the world. That'd be great. That'd be great. And it's running a lot better. I'm getting 60 frames per second out here in the wild, but that's because there's nothing fucking here. You know, we got some nice big trees. I like big trees. You could have a little RP moment with your friends out here in bumfuck nowhere and just be playing with different characters and experiencing the world. But if there's nothing to do, what's holding the player base here? I really don't want this entire episode to be me just roaming around the wilderness with nothing to see. But I feel it is important for an evolution of a game to have many, many different views from many different angles. And if part of my series is me running around and not really achieving anything, I feel that it is important to some degree. People need to know what they're buying into, or what they're hoping to buy into. And if a person is looking at the evolution of a game, I don't want them to say, oh, this game is the greatest thing since day one. This is not true. It's fun, but that doesn't make it the greatest thing. Anyone want a crypt run? I am a level 39 cleric. If you are low level, come along for the free XP and loot. Meet me at the end. Well, I hate to tell you, buddy, but the power leveling doesn't work that way anymore. I mean, people come in, they're getting no experience. If they're 5 levels... If there's 6 levels past, you know, below or above you, no one gets experience in that regard. Is that a... No. Of course not. I thought it was an enemy. And loot, yeah, you can get the loot, but you can't equip it, so good fucking luck. This is just a whole lot of nothing. And I don't like... Again, I don't like making this all about a disappointment every time I jump into the game. I expected to find something by now. Oh, look, a fire, or a light, or something. This is a road. Maybe there's shit along the road. Let's just check this here, and then we'll go back up that way. So, we have nothing. Okay. Well, this is a road. This is a main artery. And the map is inaccurate, too. I'm not that close to Everdale. I'm close to Lodor. In fact, I think that might actually be the mountain there. I'm assuming Lodor Mountain is a dwarven settlement of some description. I believe they are trying, and I've said this before, I believe they are trying to make community hubs for each race. As I said before, they have places that sound like they're Orc, Dwarven. Spireton sounds a bit like a Hobbiton town. I could just be reading into this. Aquilus, the elf town. Literally says elf town. And you have Runeswick for the undead. It says undead on the map. That makes me think there are going to be zombies or skeletons that you can play as. And I'm actually really excited about that because I love the undead. And not enough fantasy games let you play as undead. There are not that many. And before you go say World of Warcraft, well, yeah, but you have to pay for that game, so that immediately gets a black mark in my book. Back then, I was more than happy to pay for it. Don't have the money anymore. I went through a lot of money, you know, putting myself into some serious debt just to play with my friends. And I met all my friends originally from WoW, so I'm not going to completely disregard that. But in today's world, you should not have to pay a subscription for the game. This game became subscription, completely sticking a middle finger up our anus. You know, everyone who owns this, I would literally try to refund it immediately, and I would write the greatest paragraph you've ever heard on Steam. Read. Oh, not awake. I would write the greatest paragraph about why you should not support this game, if that were the case. I am not saying that now. I'm not saying this game doesn't deserve to be supported. I say you should support this game because it does have a great foundation. But there's a lot to be a little bit salty about, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, I'm just playing it right now, and the pop-in is egregious. It's this eye-tearing... Look at this. Look at the grass growing before me. What am I, a druid? I just took a massive hit to health, not 1 second after I stopped recording. What hit me? Enemies I don't know about? No. What was that? Is the game trying to kill me? Is that what's happening here? I still can't drag these onto my hotbar. Do I have to click on them? No, that does bumfuck nothing. I don't want this to turn into an iSalt series. I really don't, but it's starting to get that way. It's a fun game, but there's things you need to keep. You need to make good on your promises. Open world dungeon crawler. This is just a dungeon crawler with a massive useless open world. Welcome to the long road to nowhere. In this episode, nowhere. Nothing. Nada. What's that? It's a bush. Okay. I got excited there. I got a little bit of wood, I'm not gonna lie. And there was nothing there. I don't want to be pessimistic. I can't talk today. I really can't. This has been happening more and more often. I swear I have a brain tumor. If that's the case, I'm really fudged. I don't want this to be a pessimist view of the game, because I am a pessimist. I really am. People don't know this. And, well, people who do know this, but those of you who do not know this, I am a pessimist. I do see things half empty. And I'm going to argue the fact that why that's a good thing. We need people who can view things in the worst way possible so that things can be improved. We also need people to be proven wrong for the fact that they are pessimists. And I gratefully accept the fact that I can be completely wrong about something. For instance, StarMade. When I first saw that game on the Yogscast channel, I thought it was the shittiest game I've ever seen. One, because they didn't cover it in its grand image. They didn't bother explaining anything about the game. They just played it and they were like, haha, let's make trees on things. I love the Yogscast, don't get me wrong, but they did that game a great disservice. And they haven't played it since, and by the way, it's fucking awesome. I've also been very wrong in the fact that there was so much more to that game than the building. It's just the concept of a large, massively, randomly generated universe. Not just one planet, not just 3, not just 10 or 20. Billions of planets. Like Minecraft creates a world. That game, StarMade, creates an entire fucking universe. You know, by the way, I just noticed I still haven't encountered any enemies, so... I mean, should I expect more? I don't know. Anyhow, StarMade, I'm just trying to hold back the rage right now. I love this game. I really do. And I want to see it succeed. I really do. And I'm not sure that's enough. I'm not sure that's enough. How hard is it to make a flat world and not make squares? I mean... What? 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 Hold on a moment. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to even joke. My heart rate, has risen dangerously high, and I don't have heart problems. I'm going to develop one because I'm talking about how I want this game to prove me wrong. I really do. And I think I've overexpended a little too much energy on something that, yes, you know, it's a glitch, but I've come back after weeks of not playing on purpose. I've stretched the footage on purpose so that I could come back to something and show you something marvelous. And as beautiful as some of this looks, it's taking my expectations and it's literally jamming a rusty spork in my butthole and my eye simultaneously without washing it. And I need to mention again, I haven't found a single enemy. And I want to definitely make this game, you know, part of the channel, a staple. And I really can't imagine it going past 20-something episodes. I really can't. There's going to be more dungeons, there's going to be more things to explore and level up and things like that, but I just can't see that happening. If it's going to continue to glitch like this and have unfair moments where I get teleported under the ground or over the ground or getting sapped constantly in dungeons, it's just not worth that time. It's just not worth that effort. And if you stuck through this video, God bless you. Thank you for watching this, but I don't... There's a big-ass tree over there. And see, that's cool. There's a lot of point of interest, but there's nothing fucking here. Those LOD textures for those trees, too. They're the exact same thing. Oh... I need to remind myself this game is not ready. I guess I need to clarify my opinion on this game. I need to actually clarify it in plain English. If you don't speak English and you just enjoy the video, thank you for watching this, and I'm so happy you adore watching me get angry over nothing. But is that rock floating? Did you just make this map and just randomly plop shit? What is this? I mean, yeah, if there's another rock over here to counterbalance it, it'd be like, oh, cool, it's a rock bridge, but... what the flippin' fuck is going on with this game? Anyhow, I'm gonna clarify my opinion on this game. I want you to support this game. Why? The concept is great. There is a lot of potential with an open-world RPG dungeon crawler. One that lets you roleplay, one that lets you do everything every other MMO can do in the world. There's a thing over there. Never mind, there's a tree. Tricked my eyes. I want you to support this game because you believe in what it's trying to achieve. However, I do not want you to pay for this game. Not now. And the reason I'm going to clarify by saying that, now how do you support a game without paying for it? Well, you can support it vocally. You can also, you know, make your own opinion video. It's YouTube. Do whatever. I am going to check out that tree. But what I was going to say is, it is YouTube. Go on your respective channels, make videos about what you are passionate about. If it happens to be games, I would very much love to see people follow suit by making an opinions video about games they don't even own. Now, the reason that's important is that the more videos out there that are spread about your opinion on a specific game, the more chances people are going to see it, including the developers. When they see this, if the developers see your video and they say, hey, you have some very valid points about why why you think the game could improve upon things, why people should buy the game, why people shouldn't buy the game. The point is, you have freedom of speech. And if you're not American, you still have a level of freedom of speech in many different terms. I'm not too familiar with many of the laws in other countries, but I'm pretty sure you can't get in trouble for going on the internet on a United States topic and saying, I think that this game that came from here could serve to use more wombats or beaver creatures or flaming burritos from the sky, because why the hell not? That is, look at this! That is actually cool looking. There's a thingy up there. And I'm not even going to go to it because I know it's going to happen. I'm going to go to it and be utterly disappointed that there's nothing fucking there. There's an invisible fucking wall. That's the thing. Make an opinion. Support the game if you feel it needs support. A game like this does not deserve to just shy away into the darkness and die. And I swear to God, if I go through these routes, well, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to be really upset. But I swear to God, like, they need to frickin' think about this for a moment. Not enough stamina. Oh, thank you, Lord. Christ and Fluffy Maker. So we can actually climb the tree, which is probably the most amazing thing that's happened today. I am not badgering the game because I hate it. Don't make that mistake. I love this. I am passionate about this style of game. But I'm crying on the inside and out. This game is killing independent Garrett because it is failing to achieve certain core mechanics and fundamentals. I can't stress that enough. This is a beautiful region. Look at this place. If this was Ark Survival Evolved, I'd build a fucking house in this tree, and I think I can keep climbing it. Or not. You know, we could just, yeah, get trapped. Never go up there again. Anyhow, I'm gonna end this episode here. Ah, it's gorgeous. I turn off the UI and I don't get anything in return because the game is just like, no, you don't get to see everything because this annoying Everdale chat is there. Thank you all so much for watching. I can see a settlement over there. And it's lit. I think we'll check that out at some point in time. Probably in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to end this episode here. I'm sorry that nothing happened. I just felt that I needed to discuss my thoughts and feelings on this game. Probably the next episode will be nothing happening because I'm going to continue moving on. And I do understand if you don't want to watch that. I really do. But I feel it is important as a timestamp for the series that you see it. I have already uploaded a few episodes that are nothing but glitches and a buggy mess. And I did that because I felt it was necessary to see. A game like this does not deserve to just die. It deserves to be well-fed, cared for, groomed, and littered with monsters and adventure. Because as a child, I dreamed of this shit. Games like this hadn't even been designed in people's brains. Like when somebody said, hey, let's make a guy called Duke Nukem and put him in a hallway with a bunch of monsters and blow their heads off and get to the exit, they never imagined that they'd be eventually seeing games where you can fucking fly across an entire world, skydive, dig underground, blow up entire cities, build them back up, tame dinosaurs, survive a zombie apocalypse in HD weather environments, get struck by lightning, become a god, play with billions of other players, and steal every car and airplane imaginable, all in an effort to evade the cops. Every game that has come out in the past 10, 20 years has been a step to another direction in gaming. And I feel that this kind of game, a medieval fantasy open world RPG, does not deserve to just go quietly under a rug. We need more games like this one and many more, and I feel you need to have your voice heard by the developers. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode of Kings and Heroes.